What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. So, some of you have been commenting on my channel, communicating with me on Discord. Link is in the description below if you want to follow me on Discord. I just started that shit a couple weeks ago. Started using it anyway. But some of you are curious about the changes of D2R versus LOD Classic. So there's this list that I'm going to go over. Alright. A few changes I wasn't even aware of, and I'll show you one in just a minute here. So the first is auto gold pickup. Of course, that one, I think that was just fine, you know. It's just tedious to pick up small piles of gold, and gold isn't all that valuable anyway in D2. So why the hell not? Auto gold pickup. I was kind of all for that. No questions, really. Advanced stats screen. This is something I didn't even know about, but check this out. So right here, there's a little tab. It's called Advanced Stats, right? So you open that shit up. Shows your regenerate mana, your damage reduction, and I'm sure if you get percentage-based damage reduction, it should show that as well. Your MDR, your life leech, your mana leech, gold fine, magic fine, very nice. IAS, run walk, hit recovery, faster cast rate, poison length reduction, and I'm sure more. Just whatever enhanced stats you have that affect your overall character build. I mean, it's very convenient. You know, this is something that wasn't on LOD Classic, and of course some of the modded versions of Diablo 2 tried to implement something similarly. They have like a stat screen. So that was a great decision. And so yeah, there's one addition that you can take notice of and easily benefit from. It's just convenient. You don't got to add everything up, and the second you replace a piece of gear, you'll have to try to remember, did I factor that in this equation or what? Or I got to redo the math and shit. So yeah, I think it's quite nice that this is an option. But no one really asked Ice Toad's opinion on this shit. So let's try to get this fucking list over with. Stash size increased to 10 by 10. Added 3 more shared tabs. Yep, we all know about that. That thing's really nice. Gamble refresh button. Hell yeah. That's Toad, in my opinion, as well. Oh shit, are we looking for Ice Boy's opinion? I don't remember, dog. I don't remember if we're looking for that opinion or what, but yeah, the gamble refresh button. Really, going back when I said gold isn't that valuable in D2, it's going to be a hell of a lot less tedious now gambling for items, because you don't have to leave the window and then click on the little merchant and then click gamble and then have a second go just for a new selection of items and then repeat that process. Now there's just a little refresh button. You can just keep pushing the damn thing, and you know, when you're trying to farm for circlets or whatever, or amulets, you know, or amulets are always there whenever you open them up again, but any other fucking item, you know, a claw, a certain claw type or whatnot. So I think that'll be very nice. That's Toad. And here's another nice option. Cow King, kill, causing lockout removed. Now you can kill the Cow King as much as you want, and we shouldn't ever now be disabled from making the cow level. Ability to link items in the chat window? Oh, shit. I didn't even know about that. Let me try it. Shit, I didn't know about that. Yeah, Ice Toad's learning all sorts of things here. So, yeah, we'll show that nice SOJ that fatty found. Hell yeah! So yeah, you can link it in chat. That's something that I hate to say the words, but Diablo 3 had. No, Diablo 3 is not that bad. It's kind of a shitty game, but I mean, really, I wouldn't mind going back to mess around Diablo 3 just for a little bit sometime soon. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. But yeah, that's something nice that Diablo 3 had, a nice feature. That's something that World of Warcraft has as well. Just a very nice feature where you can share shit in the chat. So if you have a rare item with all sorts of cray-cray stats and you want to like show it to your boys or potentially trade it, you don't have to type all the shit out. I mean, you can just link the item in the chat. So yeah, that is quite nice. So let's see what other changes there are. Yeah, that's absolute Toad. Okay, so no game creation limit. Okay, so you don't like get booted or on hold for creating too many games on too short of an amount of span of time. That would happen before, where you'd have like a 15-minute timeout or some shit because you kept making a game Like you run a boss, you run Pindle fast, you know, within seconds, then you exit and make a new game. And you get like booted and shit. I think it had something to do with like bot detection, and Blizzard probably doesn't give a fuck about bots, and they're kind of putting that more out in the front maybe by doing this, but who knows? I mean, it's a beneficial addition, I think, because you know it's just that was annoying. New BattleNet system. Consoles need lobbies still. Okay. Oh, that's great. So the lobbies are going to be put on the consoles. That's great. I know some of you dogs are getting Diablo 2 Resurrected on Switch, and I might actually do that eventually, but why the fuck isn't there a physical release? You know, are they going to make a physical release? Like, we all like collecting games and shit, right? For the most part. Well, some of us like collecting games. You know, I'm one of them. I don't collect a lot of games, but there are a few games that I really enjoy. I like having a physical copy. I don't know. I'm going to look into that. I don't even know the answer to that. Do you guys know if they're going to have a physical copy of Diablo 2 Resurrected for Switch? Let me know in the comments below. Ladder-only unique items unlocked for non-ladder. Yep, this was a big deal. You know, there was like... fuck, what are some... I would always play ladder, so I can't even remember. There were a few items in particular... I mean, there were some endgame as fuck items that you couldn't make in single player. Like Death was one of them. Epic item with Crushing Blow and shit. Casting Glacial Spike and shit on hit. You know, Death. It was GG. Yeah, I remember that was a ladder only. So, like, when all of a sudden it would go to non-ladder back in the day, Death's value would go way back up. It would go way up because, you know, you couldn't make it anymore non-ladder. So on non-ladder, Deaths were very valuable because of those who made it during the ladder, and then their characters got set to non-ladder. You know, those they would remain. They wouldn't like poof and shit, but you just couldn't make them anymore. So that was kind of cool. You know, I kind of found it appealing, the fact that there were ladder-only rune words. You know, it really incentivized just playing online. And then there was that, like I said, the market. You know, it's kind of cool to see, you know, you'd have a Death, you'd feel all good and shit about it when it was non-ladder because it was more valuable. And as time went on, it would get more and more valuable. But I mean, who really plays non-ladder anyway? I never really did, just to showcase builds once in a while for video over the last couple of years. Okay, so ladder-only rune words plus cube recipes unlocked for single player. Right, that's what I just said. Endgame events unlocked for single player. Yeah, that's good. Diablo. Right, you can spawn Diablo with one SOJ on single player. Diablo clone to get Annie. So if you can kill Diablo clone, you're guaranteed pretty much to get an Annie if you find an SOJ and sell that shit to the merchants. But apparently the range is 75 to... I never knew what the range was. 75 to 120 have to be sold on botnet in order for him to spawn. Okay. Playable on Xbox, PS, Switch with cross progression. Yeah. I think that means you can alternate between consoles and play your character. I don't know if that applies to PC as well. Let me know in the comments below. Okay. Global servers. Oh yeah, this is great. Now you're not stuck on a server. Back in the day, you know, you'd have to say, hey man, hey dog, are you going to be on US West or US East? Or be halfway through the ladder and you'd be catching up with a boy. And you'd be like, hey, let's play Diablo 2. But then you'd be like, oh, I'm on US East. And you're like, oh shit. He was like, man, I'm on US West. I don't want to remake. And then he'd just be like, okay, well, let's just, fuck it, let's just not play together. Apparently that's not going to be an issue anymore. More details. Right, that's a cool option. Check this out. Your mercenary. Let's open up his tab. Look at this. It shows his jab level and the damage. Plus 24%. Hell yeah. Heals plus 12. His prayer. So you can actually watch this closely as he's leveling, because those should increase as they're leveling. And I think they max out at 17 or 18, but I believe you can increase it with gear. That is plus skills. So yeah, I mean, you have his auras, you have his, there's his res. The res was always there. But I mean, it shows their skills, you know, so that's kind of, it never did that before. And I noticed when you're hiring them as well, it shows their skills. It doesn't just say like offensive or defensive or whatnot. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. Hold shift to compare items equipped. Just shows items side by side. Okay, yeah, that's a new feature. So I'll like have this ring, right? And I'll hold shift, and I'll... Oh, it shows both your rings. Hell yeah. So then you don't have to look at one, then look at the other, and try to remember the stats and look at the other. You don't have to do that shit anymore. And of course, it should work, you know, it works with like everything. Like your weapon. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I've been saving way too much shit. Been saving a bunch of useless shit. But okay. Enable loot drops names to be up all the time instead of holding Alt. Right, that's an option in the game mechanics or something. Control click items into stash instead of drag and drop. Hell yeah. Hold control and click your item and it'll shift to the stash. Alright, and if your stash isn't open, if you do the same thing, I believe that item drops on the ground. So, very nice to just get all your shit in the stash and just keep playing. E-bug strength. This is bullshit. This is bullshit that they removed e-bug. Who gives a fuck if e-bug's in the game? You know, e-bug, it was nice because it added more depth to the itemization in Diablo 2. Alright, because you would seek out, like once you're godly as fuck, you get all the nice uniques and rune words and shit, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna delve into the itemization of this game even deeper. I'm gonna start looking for ethereal armor bases. I'm looking for that fucking ethereal sacred armor that doesn't have any sockets, that's not superior, one that I can cube socket with the cube recipe, Tal, Thul, and Perfect Topaz, and the armor. You roll random sockets, and it gives like an additional 50% armor. It's GG. And then you'd have like those godly as fuck fortitudes that you'd see once in a great while. And because it added so much to the itemization, because you couldn't do it to a superior item. So you don't just have all these perfect 15% ethereal superior with just a set amount of defense that they would get. And then you make a fortitude, you know, it always has 200% enhanced defense. It added so much to the itemization because then you get a sacred armor, an ethereal one. I don't know what the range is. Let's say like 700 armor to like 900 armor, right? So that's like a 200 factor tier list you're at random that you're hoping to get when you find the fucking armor. Because if you find an armor that's non-superior and ethereal, and say it has like top defense, like a sacred armor that has like 900 defense or whatever that number is, you'd be like, hell yeah. And then you'd be like, I'm gonna roll this in a cube, and I'm hoping for 4 sockets for fortitude, or I'm hoping for 3 sockets for what's it called, for treachery, or I'm hoping for 2 sockets for prudence, so I can actually wear this on like my paladin or some shit, get crazy style points, because prudence repairs durability over time, like every 4 seconds or whatever. See, and I did so fucking much to the itemization. Why the hell did they get rid of e-bug armor? You know, us toes need to make a scene about this, alright? So if you fat little toads will, you know, make mention of this on the Blizzard forums and shit, you know, tweet them and shit or whatever. That, hey guys, I know you never played Diablo 2 Vicarious Visions, but we like the e-bug thing, okay? We like the fucking e-bug thing, because it was good. Just say the e-bug is good. You know, tell them that the e-bug was good, and you can revert this. You know, you can revert this little change. Let's just go back, have e-bug armor. It was never OP, you know, armor doesn't matter that fucking much anyway. It matters some in D2 LOD Classic, but I mean, it doesn't matter that much. So it's not like it was like super game breaking or overpowered, you know. It was just it was godly as fuck, rare collector items basically. You know that this would make the way for. So come on, dog. We need those fucking e-bug armors. Give me a hell yeah in the comments below if you guys are with your dog on that. Okay. Unique appearance of all items now show properly on your character. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, now, I mean, look at this. Check this out. I have the ward, right? And the ward doesn't look like a gothic shield. You know, look at how the ward looks. Hell yeah. You can see that right there. I mean, obviously they fucked up in other ways, you know, like... the character models, they fucked up on all the character. Well, they intentionally made on the way they are, but they're definitely not based off the original characters. You know, so that's something maybe they could fix, right? Come on, give us the original Assassin back. Give us the original Amazon back. You know, give us Charcy back. You know, what the fuck? You know, was Charcy always a dude? Let me know in the comments below. I mean, none of these characters, their voices don't match them anymore. It's just fucked up. You know, you might as well give them all new voices. I mean, I would hate that because we wanted it to be like, we wanted this to be like Diablo 2, you know, but we wanted some of that classic shit. But I mean, Charcy's a fucking dude now. And, like, give us the old characters back, okay? Like, yeah, I know, I have my doubts, you know, it's gonna happen, but give us the old characters back. But yeah, this is cool how, your items, look at that shit. So that's how the ward used to look. It used to look just like any other Gothic shield. It was just tinted in color differently. But now, hell yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing like the other items. You know, that have kind of a unique look. But okay. Okay, let's keep going, Ice Dog. Character selection screen is ultra close-up. Yeah, after what I was just talking about, that's really what we fucking need. But yeah, get the characters back. Get the characters to look like how they did in Classic, okay? Get them to look like how they always looked, and then this will be a really nice option. Yeah, where we can see them up close and shit. Widescreen support up to 19:9. Remove a black bar zoomed in puzzle. Some fucked up shit with widescreen, with super widescreen, ultra wide, with like 2 monitors or something. I have 2 monitors, but I don't care to stretch the fucking game out on 2 of them. I don't know. I like watching a video on one and having a game on the other, but more accessibility options, yeah, a bunch of text options and shit. Oh, controller support. You know what's fucked up is there's no legacy resurrected control option for the keyboard and mouse. There was in the beta. You could select it. I don't see that anywhere. So, and I was really wanting that. You know, I made videos saying, hey, I don't just want, you know, to be able to switch my skills with key bindings. I want the key bindings to actually cast the fucking skill. Like in, I know you dogs are gonna give me flack for this shit, but I don't give a fuck because I think it's sound logic, man. You know, just like World of Warcraft, you got all them skill bars and shit. You can assign them to whatever fucking key you want, and it doesn't just switch to the skill like what it does currently, what it always has done with that LOD Classic, but it actually casts the skill when you push the fucking button. All right, there's a big difference. So that's what I was waging for, and they announced they were going to do that. And that is how it works with the controls, but it was supposed to work that way with the keyboard too. In beta they had both options. I never got it to work, but they had Resurrected and Legacy key bindings, and I don't see that. You know, this is bullshit, dog. Look at this. I don't see that anywhere. Look, this is legacy. In the beta, it had a legacy and a resurrected options for controls. I don't see that shit anywhere here. I went through all these options. I didn't see it anywhere. You know, so that's fucked up. Legacy video options, but come on. Yeah, that was a shock, man, because I was really looking forward to that. I mean, shit, that's part of the reason I made the Trap Assassin. I was like, hell yeah, I can just push one button and it'll cast Death Sentry. I can push one button and it'll cast Lightning Sentry. Push one button and it'll raise my minion. Push one button and it'll summon my minion. Push one button, it'll cast Cloak of Shadows and shit. You know, Ice Dog was really looking forward to that. But no, now we get to, you know, just how it's always been. Your right click is the only fucking action toggle, or your left click. And you have to just assign switchable skills on whatever key bindings you want. But yeah, I really wanted it to be action key bindings, like what they said it was going to be, and like how it is for Council. Alright, Alright, let's get this shit over with, Ice Toad. So, IP removal. Oh, someone's commenting on this. Yeah, that was a big deal, right? Because now they can't, that really fucked the mods. So that's another big thing they should, revert back to normal. Okay, increased overall map visibility. Completely new graphics engine with remastered cinematics and sound, yeah. Optional toggle for mist text to appear on monsters for better combat feedback. What the fuck? Added in-game clock? Like I find that kind of strange. They add the fucking clock, but there are other things that they just can't get right. Let me show you one example. More changes coming post-launch. Okay, we'll see about that. Come on, dog. I mean, I hope that they implement some of these changes that I've been mentioned of. When you have a party, it's so fucked up. You see up here how they're horizontal? Remember in Classic D2, it was always horizontal. The party members would be up here, and that's fine. There's not shit going on up there. But no, in D2R, they go vertically. So then, in the party, and it goes all the way down to here. And all of a sudden, you're texting and shit, and their little icons are in the way of the text. And there, many times, you can't read the bloody text. So come on, dog. You know, fix that shit. I mean, just a couple nitpicks. I mean, those are the changes, all right? And, yeah, so some takeaways. You know, let's get the Resurrected key binding option back for keyboard and mouse. We can switch from Legacy to Resurrected. You know, let's get the original fucking characters back. You know, this ain't the fucking assassin. You know, that's not Charcy over there. Amazon, Sorcerer, none of these fucking characters are the same. You know, the Necromancer's like the only one that is like, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not that bad. You know, the Barbarian, he got a fucking beer belly. You know, he's not that bad either, but, I mean, make him buff as fuck. You know what I mean? Make him like the classic Barbarian, all standing up, writing shit, and I had slouched over and his fucking beer belly sticking out. Make him buff as fuck. But yeah, and get the little things going horizontal and not vertical, okay? And you know, just a couple other things, but whatever. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this shit. Become a patron if you want. Links in the description below. Thank you to my patrons for supporting the Ice Boy as you have. And to those of you who are supporting me, may your finances be blessed, and may you have many wives. Peace be with you, sir.